Lil Durk, born Durk Derek Banks, rose from the tough streets of Chicago's South Side. This area is known for its gang violence and poverty. Life wasn't easy. Durk had to grow up fast. He turned to music as an outlet. He started rapping at a young age.
His gritty lyrics reflected his reality. He rapped about what he saw and lived. This resonated with many who shared his experiences. His raw talent was undeniable. He quickly gained a loyal following. Durk's star was on the rise, but trouble was never far away.
Durk's early life was intertwined with the law. Growing up in the rough neighborhoods of Chicago, he was no stranger to the harsh realities of street life. The environment around him was filled with challenges, and it wasn't long before these challenges began to shape his path. He had several run-ins with the police as a teenager. These encounters were not just isolated incidents, but rather a reflection of the systemic issues plaguing his community. Each arrest was a stark reminder of the precarious line he walked between freedom and incarceration. These experiences would later shape his music and public persona. His lyrics began to reflect the struggles and the harsh realities of his life, resonating with many who faced similar circumstances. Music became his outlet, a way to express his pain, his hopes, and his dreams. One of his first serious encounters involved a weapons charge. This wasn't just a minor infraction, it was a serious offense that could have derailed his life completely. The weight of the charge hung heavily over him, a constant reminder of the consequences of his actions. This landed him in jail at just 17 years old. Being incarcerated at such a young age was a harsh wake-up call. The cold, unforgiving environment of the jail was a stark contrast to the freedom he once knew. It was a place where dreams were often crushed and hope was a rare commodity.
This experience was a turning point. It was in the confines of his cell that he began to reflect deeply on his life choices. The courtroom scenes, the judge's stern words, and the clinking of handcuffs were all etched into his memory, serving as a catalyst for change. It forced him to confront the consequences of his actions. The solitude of the prison cell provided him with ample time to think about his future. He realized that continuing down the same path would only lead to more pain and suffering, not just for him, but for his loved ones as well. While incarcerated, Durk's resolve to pursue music solidified. He spent countless hours writing lyrics, pouring his heart and soul into his music. The prison walls couldn't contain his creativity. Instead, they fueled it. Music became his beacon of hope, a way to transcend his circumstances. He saw it as a way out of the cycle of poverty and violence. The streets of Chicago, with their graffiti and scenes of poverty, were a constant reminder of the life he wanted to escape. Music offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to break free from the chains of his environment. Upon his release, he was even more determined to succeed. The taste of freedom was sweet, but it came with the realization that he had to work harder than ever to achieve his dreams. Every performance, every song, was a step towards a better future. However, his past legal troubles continued to cast a shadow. The flashing lights of police cars and the looming presence of legal documents were constant reminders of his past. But Durk was determined not to let his history define him. He was on a mission to rewrite his story, one lyric at a time.
Lil Durk's legal troubles didn't end with his early brushes with the law. In 2019, he faced serious charges stemming from a shooting incident in Atlanta. This case brought intense media scrutiny. It put his career on hold. Durk maintained his innocence throughout the ordeal.
His legal team mounted a vigorous defense. They argued that Durk was being targeted because of his fame and background. The case dragged on for over 2 years. It created a cloud of uncertainty over Durk's future. This period was undoubtedly stressful. It tested his resilience, but he continued to make music. His lyrics reflected the emotional toll of the case.
Music as therapy. Durk's legal woes find a voice. Lil Durk, a prominent figure in the rap industry, has faced numerous legal challenges throughout his career. These struggles have not only shaped his personal life, but have also deeply influenced his music. His songs often serve as a reflection of his ongoing battles with the legal system, providing a raw and unfiltered look into his life. Lil Durk's music became an outlet for his frustrations and anxieties. Through his lyrics, he channels the emotional turmoil that comes with facing legal issues. His contemplative moments off stage often translate into powerful performances, where every word he raps carries the weight of his experiences. This transformation of personal pain into artistic expression is what makes his music resonate so deeply with his audience. His lyrics often reflected the realities of his legal battles. Each line he writes is a testament to the struggles he endures, from court dates to legal fees, and the constant pressure of living under scrutiny. The highlighted texts and legal documents are not just words on paper. They are the harsh realities that Durk faces daily. His courtroom appearances are more than just legal obligations. They are moments that define his journey and fuel his creative process. In his song, Turn Myself In, he raps, "Judge gave me a bond, but I'm fighting for my life." This song in particular stands out as a poignant reflection of his struggles. The lyrics are not just a narrative, they are a cry for understanding and a plea for justice. The act of turning himself in is symbolic of his willingness to face his challenges head-on, despite the overwhelming odds. These lines reveal the emotional weight of his situation. The somber look on his face and the carefully penned lyrics on paper are a window into his soul. They show a man who is not just a rapper, but a human being grappling with real-life issues. The emotional weight is palpable, and it is this authenticity that draws listeners in and makes them empathize with his plight.
His music resonated with fans who saw his struggles as a reflection of their own. In the crowd, you can see faces that mirror the emotions Durk expresses in his songs. These fans are not just passive listeners, they are active participants in his journey. They find solace in his music, knowing that someone out there understands their struggles and speaks for them. He became a voice for the voiceless. Growing up in the urban neighborhoods of Chicago, Durk has seen firsthand the challenges that many face. His music gives a voice to those who are often overlooked and marginalized. On stage, he becomes a beacon of hope, using his platform to shed light on issues that many would rather ignore. His raw and honest lyrics connected with listeners on a deeper level. The close-up shots of him rapping show the intensity and passion he brings to his craft. Fans reacting emotionally to his music is a testament to the deep connection he has with his audience. It's not just about the beats and the rhythm, it's about the message and the shared experiences. Durk's music wasn't just entertainment, it was a form of therapy. Writing lyrics in his notebook is a therapeutic process for him, a way to make sense of the chaos around him. Performing in the studio allows him to channel his emotions into something productive and meaningful. This therapeutic aspect of his music is what makes it so powerful and relatable. It allowed him to process his experiences and connect with his audience. Interacting with fans gives him a sense of purpose and validation. It shows that his music is making a difference, that his voice is being heard. In the recording studio, he continues to pour his heart and soul into his work, creating music that not only entertains but also heals and inspires. The price of fame, legal battles, and their impact on Durk's career. Lil Durk's legal troubles had a significant impact on his career. These legal battles were not just minor setbacks, they were significant hurdles that affected various aspects of his life and career. From the courtroom to the stage, the shadow of these legal issues loomed large over his professional journey. The 2019 case in particular led to canceled shows and lost opportunities. This case was a turning point, marking a period of uncertainty and instability. Concerts that were eagerly anticipated by fans were suddenly called off, leading to disappointment and financial losses. It also affected his ability to tour freely. Travel restrictions and legal obligations meant that he had to miss important performances and appearances. This not only impacted his income, but also his connection with fans across the globe. This was a major setback. The emotional toll of these legal battles was evident. Durk often found himself isolated, grappling with the weight of his circumstances. The disappointment was palpable, both on and off the stage.
It forced him to adapt and find new ways to connect with his fans. Durk turned to social media and other digital platforms to maintain his presence and keep his fan base engaged. He began to explore new creative avenues, using his music to express his struggles and resilience. Despite these challenges, Durk's popularity continued to grow. His authenticity and raw talent resonated with many, and his fan base remained loyal. The adversity he faced only seemed to strengthen the bond between him and his supporters. His music resonated with a wider audience. The themes of struggle, perseverance, and triumph in his songs struck a chord with listeners from diverse backgrounds. His ability to articulate his experiences in a relatable way broadened his appeal. He collaborated with major artists. These collaborations not only elevated his profile, but also allowed him to experiment with different styles and genres. Working with other talented musicians brought new dimensions to his music. He even started his own record label. This move was a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit and his desire to have more control over his music and career. It was a bold step that showcased his ambition and vision for the future. However, the legal battles took their toll. The constant back and forth with the legal system was draining. Each court appearance was a reminder of the precariousness of his situation, and the stress was evident in his demeanor. The constant scrutiny and pressure weighed heavily on him. The media attention and public scrutiny added another layer of pressure. Durk had to navigate not only the legal challenges, but also the court of public opinion. Despite these hardships, he remained focused on his music and his fans, determined to overcome the obstacles in his path.